at their computers, you know, talking from a distance, obviously over Skype or whatever they're using. MRR, they're constantly huddled up, and I know that kind of varies from team to team what they prefer to do. So, you know, I safe to say the BMG, they got a little bit of input, but, you know, Houston's ultimately the captain and the drafter. But it seems like MRR, they may be a little bit different. They're a team effort here. So.
It shows that BMG, they know what they don't need to group up and huddle because the plan's already set, kind of thing. They know what they're running, they know what they're picking. They pick up Engineer.
NG Flux.
Yeah, I mean, the NG Flux potential is definitely there. It's just something that, honestly, I've barely ever see Tree play. I mean, actually, if you remember, like, Root of Z, actually, he was very common on Engineer about a year ago. He played a very solid Engineer. But since now, I mean, they have not even touched Engineer, and I think it's because of the way they play it. They don't run barely any dual mid, which is where Engineer really does excel. He's very, very poor at boxing out heroes. So, again, not very useful in terms of the strategy they've been running. However, in aggressive tri-lanes, it's something that BMG can really excel at. And I think we might see an aggressive tri-lane here. Yeah,
you see the Torture immediate snap pick, so Houston gets a very comfort hero there. And, yeah, Root of Z will most likely end up with the Engineer. So a strong synergy, a lot of heroes that BMG is very comfortable with and no doubt powerful on. So it's safe to say their draft's fantastic.
No Stone Gaming, here we come, boys.
MRR. I mean, this is it. This is it. They lose this, obviously. They are second place. They're runner-up, and BMG takes it. They're going to go with the Oogie. Here, we know the power of Oogie. We know the power of Oogie, definitely, on our scene. Obviously, No Stone Gaming, as you mentioned, I mean, that's where it really started. But I wonder how experienced is MRR with it and how he builds and everything. So that's going to be a lot of fun to see.
Yeah, I mean, from what I can see or what I can remember, I mean, MRR, they don't really play a lot of Oogie. And I mean, one weakness of this draft I can see already is their lack of physical presence. There's no physical presence at all, not even from their carry. Unless Valkyrie gets very, very farmed, they're not going to have any physical presence. But there is a nice little overlay there we've got going on. But yeah, I mean, like, think about when Tremble picks up a Shrunken Head, I'm pretty sure Flux will go for a Shrunken Head as well. Something that Cracky doesn't really like to do that much. However, in circumstances like this, I think Shrunken Head from Flux is still very useful as well.
Yeah, again, to see the pause here. Been doing this, man. Wanted to get the hype and knowing that they're down 2-0 and make sure they're all on the same page when it comes down to it. But yeah, I'm excited to see that Oogie here. Oogie is definitely entertaining here on the end. But yeah, Punk Pan going to be playing the Valkyrie. That is very intriguing here. So in the, I mean, not necessarily their go-to carry. You would figure Oogie brings more of that to the table. But I mean,
unless they play it differently.
Yeah,
I mean,
unless they do. Yeah.
Like I said, I mean, I haven't seen them play any Oogie at all. Honestly, I mean, he hasn't even gone hatch yet. So I'm assuming he's been playing mid. And then they're gonna perhaps run like a defensive tri-lane with Valkyrie, Glacius, Magnus. They can understand. Perhaps they're assuming that BMG are gonna tri-lane as well, which is I think that they might be because they don't see why they'd pick Engineer otherwise than going like aggressive tri-lane. But regardless, so they realised that when BMG picked up the Engineer, you know, MRR, it was first Valkyrie, Glacius, Magnus. That screams tri-lane to me, and obviously they ran, look, let's just try and compete with that. So they pick up Engineer and Torture themselves. Now, one thing to know, though, is I think there is going to be a tri-lane. Flux is considerably very, very strong in tri-lanes because of his tanky presence. Not only that, but he's ranged as well, and obviously the Magnetic Surge is very useful in terms of mobility and getting last hits here and there. Can be very, very useful. So MRR, I mean, yeah, they have a very strong triple stun lineup, but Flux is very, very strong in tri-lanes, and I'm pretty sure that they're not used to facing Flux in tri-lanes because they don't really see it a lot in the tile region.
Yeah, definitely not one we see often, I'm sure, you know, in general, to be fair. So it's going to be interesting to see how, again, they deal with that here. So here we go, game number 3, 2-0 lead for BMG, trying to become world champions here on the verge. You know, not to downgrade BMG or get the disrespect, but I mean, who would have thought, really? Who would have thought? And
me personally, I didn't know if BMG were getting out of the group stages, and then Sync don't get out of the group stages, and now they're BMG are here in the grand final. So yeah, I was definitely not expecting it.
Yeah, absolutely crazy stuff. MR on the other hand, team from Thailand, of course, they got the home crowd here. They're the ones that got that hype in that sense. You know, they got the fans cheering for them. It's crazy, man. The crowd just erupts anytime they get a kill, I feel like. They're really behind their back, but obviously having to climb out of a hole here. You know, Beef was also talking about how a lot of our grand finals more recently have not necessarily been long series. They've been fairly quicker in the end, including last year's State Green defeating Bad Monkey Gaming at the time, of course, 3-0. So it seems like we have a bit of those quicker series, and obviously MRR is attempting to change that, of course, with a victory here. So it looks like a little bit longer. I don't know if it's a tech issue or Actually just keeping their cool. He wants to get some water, it looks like. Wants to keep hydrated. Understandable. You know, it's sure it's a little bit hot up there, and the lights on you and everything, so. Anyways. By the way, oh, no. Anyways, Hunter.com/World Finals, guys, by the way. And obviously all the information, I know we're getting close to the end of this event, but there is still going to be stuff on there, as well as more photos and coverage in general. So even after the fact, so definitely be sure to check out that website if you haven't yet. So, you know, while we are in this pause here, one other thing I will semi-announce, I guess. There is going to be a pretty cool, as we're going to call it, you know, kind of an off-season here. You know, obviously Han Tour is our big event here for Heroes of New Earth in general, but we got a lot of plans, and actually I believe we're going to kind of go a little more detail about that later on after the series is finished and everything. But just to give you guys kind of a tease, there's a great format that we got planned, and a lot of coverage, as well as just competition in general for amateurs and pros alike. That's going to be happening over the next 2 to 3 months here. So looking forward to that, of course, all the way up until DreamHack, which is definitely going to be a lot of fun. So, all right, here we go. We're zooming on with game number 3 now. As you see at the start here, Valkyrie at the top lane. She finds a couple of friends, going to fall back before anything jumps onto her. So, going to be good here. But BMG doing the usual, getting the wards down aggressively, going aggressive. And
yeah, I mean, interesting, again, pool camp block from Fusen. This is actually being the same every single game. It looks like BMG, their group has 4 or 5. They go into the enemy jungle, and then they block the pool camp. But they block it, so they put it in the trees. So there's no way that they can actually de-ward it. And what this is telling me right now is that they're going to probably run like even a defensive trial lane. And with this pool camp blocked, if MRR were playing like a defensive trial lane of their own, then obviously the pool camp would be blocked. So obviously what we can see is that MRR actually are going to run an aggressive trial lane, but they're actually running with Oogie, which I completely disagree with right now. I mean, the reason why MRR's trial was going to be strong is because they had the triple stun combo with the Valkyrie.
That's true.
And without that, yeah, Oogie's tanky and all, but so is Flux. I mean, Flux is a lot more tanky than Oogie, plus his range, plus he has that magnetic surge to really be a threat to the enemy team. Whereas Oogie, I mean, it's just like continuous damage with the Tarquake. And in trial lanes, you do not want continuous damage, you want burst damage.
Yeah.
Oogie just unfortunately does not provide that. And they're going to try and pull the lane, and unfortunately BMG were not set up and prepared for this to happen. Because if all BMG were down there, that would have been a very, very wrong
yeah,
decision to
I mean, they were playing very passive off the bat. I know they were running down there, but even they were sitting near the first tower initially, so either they just felt a little scared, or maybe they thought there was going to be some trap coming out. Again, this is MRR, their lives on the line, so maybe going to try something crafty there, but in the end, you know, they just do the pull and going to kind of screw things up a little bit. But yeah, I mean, I agree with you 100%. It does seem a little awkward. Now, Oogie, again, maybe not a great burst off the bat, but he gets a couple of Tarquakes off, and it will add up. But yeah, he doesn't provide that extra stun for you like a Valkyrie would, of course, with the arrow. And it just seems like, you know, hell, arranged in general, too. Obviously, there's that benefit on top of it. So.
And I think one thing that actually might hurt his chances in this trial lane as well, he doesn't even have a buckler. And it's fine, obviously, for strength heroes in general, like Flux, for example, he doesn't need a buckler because obviously he's ranged. Because Oogie obviously not ranged, so every time he comes up for a creep wave, Engineer and Torture are going to throw out their house. Even in Flux, obviously, here for him being ranged, I think he's going to have a hard time actually trying to get any kind of CS.
That's true. I mean, it is a little interesting that he decided to do it. Now, Flux actually is going to be gone on right here.
Engineer's not here.
So is there going to be enough damage to Engineer not being here? But he's too tanky. I mean,
Flux, man.
An example of that right there. He's going to pop a health potion here shortly, or he's just eating some trees currently. But there we go. There's the health potion. Going to be fine. And heal on up. But yeah, Engineer, as you mentioned, he was actually not there for the time being. I believe he was trying to counter ward, and was unsuccessful. So the pole camp remains blocked. I mean, that's big. That's big, especially in a try versus try lane here. So that's good news for MRR, no doubt. Yeah,
unfortunately, the Ward of Revelation was not in place. Nice, actually, Ward of Sight here from Time Pico, actually stopping that completely. So nice play there.
There are other lanes in this game. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what's going on. Kinesis versus Valkyrie. Boxy Kinesis. You got Punk Bang on the Valkyrie, of course. Oh, look at that damage coming out. He's going to be fine in the end, but right now at 8-6 Kinesis, you got a 3-0 Valkyrie. So wow, Kinesis is safe to say dominating that top lane.
It's to be expected, though, to be honest. The amount of lane presence and harassment he can dish out, obviously with the telekinetic lift, is just too much. Not only that, but he was pulled region, which I don't think Punk Pang was, and that's why we're seeing kind of a dominating performance here. But look at that damage. You see that is so much damage onto Boxing as a result. Is kind of the reason why he's dominating this lane.
Yep. Tremble versus Midas, the other lane to talk about. We got Tremble currently 13-3, Midas 10-0. So Tremble having the slight advantage here at this middle lane. I was actually looking, I believe he did place a mound down towards the bottom area initially, but it was destroyed, it looks like, at this point. So he currently just has one middle and back at bits, or two in middle even. Well, top lane, Kinesis and Valkyrie going at. Somebody's going to die here most likely. It wants to be Kinesis for the cut. No, nice mana battery right there. He's dodging the arrow. Yeah, well played by Punk Ping right there. Those were two ace players going at it, and Punk Ping got the best of Boxy.
That was really, really well played. That mana battery, man, he baited Boxy in completely there. Man. Yeah, look at that replay. Like, Boxy's like, I've definitely got this skill, then that mana battery completely took it. I mean, Boxy sidestepped the arrow and everything, but unfortunately, he had like 1 HP, it looked like, so really clutch play there from Punk Ping.
That was insane right there. Well played. Making big plays. Again, when your backs are against the wall, your big players have to make the huge plays, and no doubt Punk Ping doing so right there. He does not want to end it a sweep here. Wants to at least take a game at a time, and we'll see how that continues on. Anyways, enough about that. Overall picture so far, as actually top lane again, they're going back at it. Boxy, he may have the upper hand this time, though. In comes the Q right there. Nice lead though from Valkyrie. The arrow! He has to dodge it, but he's taking the creeps. Boxy's gonna fall. Punk Ping is outplaying Boxy right now. That does not happen often. Meanwhile, at the bottom lane, there's initiation on a Torture. Torture's dropping quickly. Torture will fall right there. Keg stun hits Oogie. It is a 3-0 start, though, in favor of MRR, and this is all momentum off the bat for the Hellborn team.
Man, this LAN center is erupting. MRR have fans, all right, break here, and we're hearing they're getting loud right now. MRR playing with confidence, 3-0 up. Yeah, it's not a big thing, only 1.3 thousand gold, but 4 minutes in, damn, it's a very, very important thing. And I mean, look, this tri lane, I was not expecting them to do so well, but I mean, Magmus and Glaciers, they're dishing out a lot of damage at the top of the Uki as well. So MRR looking strong so far.
Yeah, absolutely. So got to be feeling good, no doubt, but still a lot of game left in the end here as far as game number 3 is concerned. So yeah, bottom lane though, Oogie, he is looking at about 265 gold per minute, 19-3 creep farm, 20-4 flux. So it is actually pretty back and forth there at that bottom side. Top lane again, Valkyrie, they're going at it. Now it's a level 2 level advantage, 3 level advantage now for Valkyrie. So Boxy, he needs to get those levels, man, because right now Punk Ping is having a great time when it comes to that, at least.
Yeah, I mean, that first kill, though, onto Boxy is so impactful there for Valkyrie, because Valkyrie's not expected to win this lane, yet he is. 317 GPM compared to Boxy's 158 breaking in. When do we ever see Boxy lose a 1v1 matchup? It's just, it's very unfair, not particularly when he has the lane advantage as well, and actually Mice coming over as well. Kinesis might be in trouble. Oh, yeah, back to the top lane. Kinesis, he is going to fall again. Valkyrie with Midas assisting for the kill. I thought they were going to initiate bottom, but boy, oh boy, you know, we see a lot of time, adjust the Boxy, especially when he's on Kinesis. They are most certainly doing that here. And he is now completely being locked down, is very safe to say. So well played. I mean, yeah, this was after an early creep. Hell, he still has more creep kills than Valkyrie. Yet the 3 deaths, of course, a big difference right here. So you see Oogie's having to fall back at the bottom lane before too much pressure is put onto him. His support's currently not with him. Stacking and doing other things for the time being. Tremble, I mean, Balthazar is 286 gold per minute, so he's kind of, he's the one right now that's doing pretty well, but honestly, as BMG as a team, it's not the best start for them. So 6.5 minutes in. Yeah. I mean, can they make adjustment? It's really, I guess Boxy's the one that's... There's no way they can adjust. Like, what else would they do? They'd have to run like something weird, like Kinesis secondary support down bottom. I mean, whenever you play tri-lanes, you simply cannot adjust. Like, I mean, Tremble could perhaps go top, but then Kinesis would be getting destroyed from Midas as well. So, unfortunately, these are the ways they're sort of, the lanes, this is how they're going to be segmented. The only way the lanes will change is if MRR decide to change them. And it looks like they actually are going to change them up here as well. Perhaps they're just afraid to go too far up or make it into the late game or the later stage of the laning phase with a tri-lane. Oh, Boxy thought he had an advantage. Now TPs are coming in. Magmus gets the stun. Call, the Valkyrie comes out. There is the... Oh, nice burst damage on the Valkyrie. Gets the kill. He does tie to the arrow, though. And now Magmus, however, is also going to fall. Massive team support here from Bad Monkey Gaming. That's what they do best. But again, Punk Ping making some big plays. At least got the kill firsthand. Meanwhile, middle lane, Tremble, he actually gets frozen right here. Midas applying some good pressure, trying to chase him down. Not going to be enough, though, when it's all said and done. So, yeah, it's now 4 deaths on Boxy here. Having some trouble. Continues to be, I mean, again, they're just doing a lot of moves. They failed to rot, like I said. Gank it with Magmus up there at that point. So,
We got, I mean, Flux, or no, NG for now is kind of sticking up here, but yeah, so they kind of made this rotation just because they're reacting, so wonder if they're going to try to stick with something here. You got Kinesis. He is headed towards the middle lane currently, and maybe send Tremble bottom, I guess, could be what they try to go for here, or even in the jungle or something like that. But
yeah, I mean, when you have two aggressive supports on both teams, the lanes there's almost no lanes. The supports can rotate as we've seen so far, and looks like we're going to see here as well. Flux might be in trouble.
He runs right into a trap right here. He has a power supply, steam boots, 1.4-second arrow. It's going to be down, no one. He slows him down, however. Boris coming in. That's a big slow right there. You see how long it lasts. It will be enough for us to take out Magnus. Well, from Kinesis right there. And the rest will flee away. So good find into Flex. It's still a favor in MRR, but still, at least the counter kill happening for Bad Monkey Gaming. And Valkyrie will now make its way to the bottom lane here and continue to pick up farm. So Valkyrie, though, 305 gold per minute right now is starting to coming up, and I assume we're going to see that Thunderclaw on him. It just seems like it's just a go-to item because of his passive, especially as far as his farm's concerned. And Steam Boots and Mystic Vestments also right now currently, so yeah, getting a little bit of build up here. And investments against the Hellborn team, safe to say, you want it.
Yeah, definitely. That's all they have at the moment, all magic damage. I talked about maybe the lack of physical presence is going to hurt them into the mid to late stage of the game, but right now, this is where magic damage really does excel. It's in the lane phase, in the early game, because magic damage just does so much more than physical in the early stages of the game. So, yeah, that's why they're doing so well. I mean, 1.7k gold already, 9.5 minutes in. I'd like to see them keep up the aggression because they've got aggressive supports. They've got, obviously, the Magnus and the Glaciers, as well as, obviously, the Valkyrie, as well as the Midas. So, all are very, very aggressive, so more action, that's what they need to come.
9.5 minutes in right now. Again, yeah, we got a lead for MRR, 1,900 gold, 1,700 experience. You got bottom lane, Flux is down here. He does have Torture nearby. You have an arrow attempt possibly from Valkyrie. Now, there's a word of sight here. I want to say they are seen right now. Flux has pretty good information that they're trying to set up a gank, and it looks like he will fall back and be fine. Yeah, you see, they're trying to be crafty, but again, obviously this word of sight right here, giving BMG all the information. In fact, they're rotating over now, and they're going to try to make them pay. Flux, he does have an ulti, but not going to get the opportunity to use it right there, at least just yet, because now here comes an Invis Midas. So both teams sending reinforcements here.
Flux might be the wrong target of choice, though. He's very tanky. 1.1k HP. He's by the T1 tower. Engineer sitting behind him as well. I don't think they should go for this. This could be very, very risky.
They're thinking about it. Midas diving in. They know he's here now, obviously. With that Invis, there's a discharge points coming in. And yeah, was he the right target? We'll wait and see. He is going to get out. But big burst from Boxy in the background. Midas will fall right there. In comes the Valkyrie Prison. Boars with the lockdown on a Glacius. See Oogie, he is out of mana now, so not going to be much use at this point either. And Valkyrie in the meantime is just sitting with the Invis and sticking around. But yeah, big counterplay from Boxy right there with his burst. And as you stated, I mean, sure they killed Flux, but wasn't really worth it.
Breaking.
It did.
But at what cost, breaking?
It certainly did. 2 hero kills.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean, yeah, they're still 1.1k HP, gold up, but BMG, obviously, I think the biggest thing is that they have this tremble factor. When he picks up the Thunderclaw, he's going to be farming out of his brain, and he has the physical presence. He's going to be able to actually deal with the Oogie in the in the late stages of the game. And I mean, Oogie not really known for his high physical presence, so. Yeah, I think BMG are still doing good. Obviously, we can't really underestimate the carry potential of Oogie, though. We've seen time and time again, Nulls don't do it when it gets 60, 70-minute game. Oogie can still bust it out as hard as like a Dark Lady, it feels like at times. So, yeah, I mean, MRR, they're still in a good position.
He is going that Icon of the Goddess build again. It just makes sense on a hero like Oogie. If anything, the item was almost made for him, you could say. So he's going to pick that up first, at least. Again, we'll see where he kind of continues to progress from there. But Valkyrie back into the jungle, though, playing the Tremble. Again, sitting around that 300 gold per minute mark. So recovering once again. He also has 1350 gold saved up at this time. We'll keep an eye on what item he does get. Again, the Thunderclaw is what we would think, but maybe Belshazzar is feeling something else for whatever reason. But Valkyrie finishing her own Steam Boots. She also has actually a Ring of the Teacher. Did she always have that, or did she just build that? I think she's always had that, actually. So Soul Screaming as well, so I guess the Energizer going to be coming out here. There's triple stack Ancients on the Hellborn side for MRR. We'll see when they have the opportunity to do that here. And yeah, there's a Warp Clef purchased by Tremble, so that basically guarantees that we are going to see the Thunderclaw. Engineer's still level 5, by the way. They are trying to set up a gank up here.
He's actually maxed out Tara, actually, which is quite interesting. And it actually gives more damage, but the stun is a little bit reduced, which could have an impact, actually, particularly on this gank if they're not careful.
Yeah, they're going to try. Boris coming in. See a Steam Bath used up by Magnus. He was ready for something. And he was correct to do so. He's level 6 now as well.
He's setting up with his trees, but
yeah.
Magnus, spider sense is tingling.
Yep, he knew something was up, so is going to fall back before too much happens onto him. Well played there. 13 minutes in. We've grown slightly here for MRR now. 1,700 gold saved up on Ogi, by the way. So he's got that icon of the goddess once again, basically finished here. He splits the Ray of Sorcery, and there you go. Sitting on the red boots, but hey, has the icon. Let's see what UC makes of that. Actually, go on the Strider is interesting as well.
That's really interesting, actually. I'm not a big fan of that. I mean, oh, there's a Flux as you but they see the bottom lane. I mean, no one was there anyway, so but that's fine. I'm not a big fan of it, but with that being said, obviously, like if he goes Steam Boots, obviously he's not really going to get that much value out of it, because obviously he's not really like a right-clicking carry. It comes really from his spells.
Yeah.
But I think if he's going to go anything, I think go Ghost Masters, I think, because obviously he's going to get slowed down. Obviously the Strider's effect is going to be reduced, and because of that, I think he needs to have some kind of movement speed. He's probably going to put him into post-haste, but I'm not a big fan of him just from the first get.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, we'll see. Again, the post-haste eventually coming up, I'm sure, but bottom tower does go down in favor of MRR pretty easily right there. You see the top tower. Oogie at the top lane. He ports in. There's the energy field though coming out. The burst from Kinesis is not enough though. Promise Surge activated, and he's going to start healing up now. And yeah, they got to get on out of there. Engineer, Kinesis, he's like sticking around. Maybe Treble was coming in, but it's just not enough. That Primal Surge and on top of the icon of the goddess.
Might be able to catch Kinesis, actually.
In fact, yeah, Kinesis might be in trouble himself. Strider's Magnus coming in. The stun will land. Boris here. Can he maybe stop? Prevent? He cannot. He got the transmute on the Tremble as well. And Tremble will fall. What a transmute there from Midas. Tremble walked right back into it. You know, so because he basically couldn't have even done anything.
He couldn't do anything. No, he was just waiting to try and perhaps turn on the Magmas, but that was clearly the wrong decision, as we can see from the replay. Nice play, and the stuns onto the Midas combo actually goes onto the Tremble as well and gets taken out.
Yeah. So MRR, they got a comfortable lead now here for the first time in this series, I'm pretty sure. So once again, making a point that they do not want this to end now. And if anything, they want their name to be the title champion of World Champion here for Heroes of Newer. Top lane, tower, good damage coming out. It's probably going to end up falling right here. In fact, well, TP's coming in though. So BMG not going to give it up without a fight. Nice dodge on the arrow right there. It's a little bit late, Valkyrie. He's got to leave just to get Torture. Not sure what he was thinking right there. He takes the stasis smash from his teammate. Not going to be enough though. Kinesis in the meantime, he's going to be got it as well. And turns around with the mass control. Bursting, look at the kill on a Glacius. And now here comes Treble, looking to maybe clean something up. Has that Boris, can maybe get Midas. No, instead he's going to go for Valkyrie actually out to the side. And should have run Engineer back here. Oogie comes in with that Primal Surge. Treble having to fall back. He has a Dark Storm activated. He has to get back though, and man, another big fight for them. Ooh, the arrow just missing right there. Deny! Oh,
gets it. Nice play
deny.
from Bruiser. He might cost his life. He stuns him back himself. He's most likely going to die if they get one more stun.
He's dead. Yep. He is dead. Flux pulls them in, but it ain't not a whole lot of AoE synergy here. In fact, it could be worse. Treble goes down. What is happening, MRR? They are making statements left and right. Flux is going to fall back, but MRR all of a sudden a 13-6 hero kill. It just didn't stop.
Arrow! Oh, Flux hits him. 5-second arrow. Can they capitalize? Is the question. One out all attack should do it. It's gonna get him.
Are you kidding me?
Oh my God, Punk Pang playing out of his mind right now.
What is happening here? I mean, yeah, you said it. I mean, this is not BMG faulting. This is MRR just
man. This is
turning on
Punk
another
Pang.
level.
Like freaking owns Boxy 1v1 on a hero that he shouldn't, and then makes plays like that. Man, Punk Pang. We talked about me and Swindle saying that he was a very, very solid player, and clearly showing it, man. The clutch players are the best players. He's playing very, very clutch right now.
Holy crap, 17 minutes in now. Yeah, Bad Monkey Gaming. I don't know what they got to do, but something has to start happening here in their favor. You got Flux right now. Again, working on the Insanitarius. There's the Thunderclaw finished on Tremble. And so some decent item pickups here could start helping. Obviously, the Thunderclaw and Tremble will enhance that GPM quite a bit, but you have a charged hammer finished on Valkyrie in the meantime. Just pick that up. And Ogi with 385 gold per minute right here, as we are now 17.5 minutes in. So
yeah, I love the Thunderclaw on Valkyrie because he's really going to be the only source of physical damage. If anything, here on the side of MRR, and he needs to have some kind of farming mechanism to get through. And I think that's probably the biggest thing about Valkyrie carriage is that she doesn't have a farming mechanism, but you pick up the Thunderclaw and she becomes that. But look, she's 420, she's the highest GPM in the game right now, and with the Thunderclaw, that's only going to stay like that as well.
Yeah. Middle lane push coming out from MRR here. This will be an easy tower kill as they take it out. So awarded 150 bonus gold there is Young Tech. Going to keep this going to the secondary tower now. And I don't know if BMG is going to be able to stop this.
Well, Kinesis
if they want to. Kinesis off to the side. Yeah. Oh, no, he's going to be out of range. He's good. He is good to go. Surviving for now. So, yeah, this is a secondary tower push here. And it's very likely going to be the kill that MR is looking for.
Yep, Flux not even going to try for a deny, but yeah, MRR are taking so much objectives right now, and it's kind of surprising because MRR, they're not really, I mean, most Thai teams aren't really an objective-based team, but they're making them now because of how good their laning stage went, particularly obviously Valkyrie. They actually use Valkyrie Prison right now. I think he was spotted out by this laning ward mid though.
Possibly. Flux, he's in trouble right here. They're going to be jumping on him. Flux, the burst damage, too much. He goes down, and MR is just a pain trade right now. Coming out in their favor. So BMG going to start pushing the bottom lane in. They're going to fall back, though, as the TP's coming in, and no, cannot stop them. So good reactions there from Bad Monkey Gaming, just a little bit too quick. But 9,600 gold lead, 8,400 experience here right now in favor of MRR. You see a Thunderclaw purchased on Valkyrie. As, oh no, the Charge Hammer is going to be coming, of course. So yeah, 1,900 gold. Saved up, maybe not yet.
I don't think so. Like one thing to be like, this power supply, particularly for Punk Bang, is doing a lot of work. Actually, I mean, there's so many times he's made clutch plays, survived from team fights, survived from obviously 1v1 in the lane as well. Really been clutch with those uses of the power supply.
Yeah.
But I still think he could sort of sell it now. Maybe sell the Ring of the Teacher, because I think perhaps maybe the Geoman's Bane would be a good use here.
Yeah.
Because he can actually Geos out of the Boris immobilize.
Yeah.
Quite useful.
That's true. That is very true. So definitely could be of use. So yeah, BMG again. How many more chances are they going to try to get right here as far as making some plays, kind of getting back into this game? Because again, it continues to be quite the uphill climb for them right now. So Tremble with 315 gold per minute here. The Shrunken Head is in the works at least. Has the Mighty Blade purchase. Top lane, Oogie. This could be a start of something. They got 3 players. Will they be able to kill him? Do they have the stun lockdown and whatnot? No, Oogie's not even going to push up. He's playing it very safe. Again, BMG, the type of team you just need to be very careful against. And, you know, by game 3 here, you figure they've learned their lesson on that. So, Oogie most certainly has.
Yeah, kind of interesting. Oogie looks like he's going to go for a straight sheepstick, it looked like. Picks up the Acolyte staff already. Kind of an interesting item, this build on. I remember when obviously Nullstone do it, normally they build a lot more build-up. Obviously, the Icon was definitely one of them. But, I mean, they build like the Gnome's Wisdom as well, that I'm pretty sure. But
yeah,
go straight for the build-up, straight for the luxury items, which can be good. I mean, the sheepstick will be very, very useful against the Tremble because they give him a way to actually kill him before he gets stronger dead.
Ooh, interesting here. Now they're porting in. They did use a Valkyrie Prism.
They see it. The lane ward spotted out. So.
They had all the information they need, and BMG will fall back, maybe? Oogie, he's going to catch Torturer, though, and Torturer's going to fall victim in the end. So the chase is real, and it is enough. Torturer goes down. Will they keep pushing this now? Yeah, probably not. Skipping some creep waves here. So good chase coming out from Team MRR. It's 21 minutes in. Another kill happening. Now 10,000 gold lead in their favor. So despite seeing them coming in, it wasn't enough right there. Yeah, Oogie, though, again, the Acolyte staff, like I said, yeah, the Gnome's Wisdom is what we usually do see on Beaverbanger playing for Nullstone Gaming, but Chida 1 has other plans here. And, I mean, that is a very heavy investment, though, to be fair, yeah. You're looking at a lot of gold and not the best build-up for the item as well. So that's why usually it's more of a later game, but, I mean, why the Sheepstick instead of the Hellflower?
I think it's because they want the lockdown from Tremble. Obviously, the Hellflower is going to give them lockdown, but Tremble's still going to be doing auto attacks. And you know, that's kind of the biggest thing about Tremble, obviously, with the twin attack from the Impalers. Yeah. Like, you just want to make sure that they can lock him down without him doing any return damage. Yeah, the Hellflower will be useful and all, because they can kill him with the magic damage, but Sheepstick going straight Sheepstick will make sure that Tremble's not doing any damage back to him either. Yeah.
Cleaning out the middle lane right there. And now they're going to start pushing out, maybe go for Kongor. And this could definitely be a prime time for that. You got to order sight. It's going to see them in that area at least. They're not doing Kongor just yet for the time being. The water sight is going to be also wearing out here in about 30 seconds. But yeah, they definitely know what's going on. But again, it's the classic question. Can they actually stop it? just because they know it, and I don't think they can. Now, it's going to be a Frostfield plate, actually. He goes the early Frostfield plate here rather than the Sheepstick, so.
I think that's good, obviously, because Tremble's been dishing out a lot of physical presence, same as Flux. I just think Sheepstick would be a little bit early. Like, getting a Sheepstick this early, it would be ridiculous, like the amount of work it can do, obviously, in team fights from the Flux, from the Tremble. Actually, Valkyrie boosts him up, but it looks like they're going to try and defend this 2-1 tower bot.
Yeah. That they are, as you see Torture off to the side. He's like, just don't find me, please don't find me. And he is going to be fine for the time being. Flux and Sanitarius, he's got a TP, but he's still sticking around.
Oh, could they not see him?
No,
wow.
He's just hitting enough. He's going to be fine, so. Ports out, and they'll deny the tower on top of that. So well played by MRR ultimately. And back to Congra they go. So yeah, this is not even going to be remotely close to a challenge here from BMG. They're trying to push elsewhere, and they will get the top tower at least, so getting some resources here. And I mean, look at the GPM of Balthazar too. Now nearly 400 gold per minute all of a sudden. So he most certainly is scaling up there pretty quickly, it feels like.
Definitely, yeah. And, I mean, when he gets that shrunken head on Tremble as well, I mean, the team fights just have to almost tip in the favour of BMG. Yeah, they're 7.4 thousand gold behind, but, I mean, if you've got a Tremble that is not going to be even touched in the team fights, I mean, that Tremble's going to go ham, and just MRR, there's nothing they can do. Yeah. Unless they had a Sheepstick, obviously, which is, I think, the biggest reason why I would have preferred Sheepstick. Frostfield plate is fine and all, gives him another good item that increases his mana, but like, and also reduce the physical presence from Tremble. But Tremble was already dishing out a lot of physical presence just yet. I mean, most of the damage is actually coming out from the Thunderclaw block. Yeah. So I think definitely Sheepstick would have been the better item choice, but he's going to have to do with it now. Yeah.
Top lane, you see Oogie again. He's the one that has a token of life, obviously, so makes sense on him, of course. So not going to really be going for a kill on him, it looks like. Balthazar, he's going back to base for some regen. Now, Kinesis and Engineer are still hanging around, so they might actually keep hanging around and allow Balthazar to come back up here if they find an opportunity, or just hope to find somebody roaming in. But as you see, that's not really the case here. And trying to be active, but unfortunately unable to be. You see the portal key on Kinesis. There's the discharge from Flux once again for the scouting purposes, so getting an idea of who's where. And MRR, they weren't really nearby, so well played and getting the necessary information. So, yeah, I mean, BMG is climbing back into it a little bit here when it comes to the overall stats, at least, but still, MRR once again having to feel pretty good. You have a level 16 Valkyrie at 500 gold per minute. So this does go back to, we have seen carry Valkyries before, and, sure, any hero that has carry potential at this GPM is going to be doing pretty damn well, but will it have the ultimate impact that they're looking for? And really progress with that farm is the question that we have to wait to be answered. Kinesis, top lane, he's going to die. He got caught there by the double portal key. I mean, he's pushed up far, to be fair. So Kinesis, Boxy getting a little too aggressive here.
Yeah, definitely. And so MRR, they're about 9,000 gold up, 8,000 experience. They still have the token on Oogie. I think they need to start taking objectives, push down the tower bottom, perhaps even pressure the racks as well. I mean, they can easily pressure the bottom lane, actually.
Yeah, Tremble's going to get bursted down right there. He got caught at the bottom lane. I think Arrow did start that, and there was nothing he could do, so a big pick onto Tremble. He doesn't have buyback either. Not that may not matter in the end, but this is going to be now a bottom tower push on top of it. So MRR, another huge kill for them, 26 minutes in. And this will be this is the last secondary tower as well. Only 26 minutes in. So again, a lot of things just going their way, and they might as well keep this going. Yeah. Like I said, there is no buyback on Tremble at the very least.
Yeah, they're definitely going to pressure here, at least till Tremble responds. They don't even have to kill the Rex or the tower, but actually they're going to right now.
There's the ball in the combo. We're going to see the power here. Oogie, though, in the meantime, pops the Primal Surge. He's trying to heal up. He does have the token of life, but the eruption in the background, they get cleaned up without Tremble. They lose on a lot of damage. Double tap for Chitawad. And Engineer, he's going to be chased down into the well. He goes down a hat trick for Oogie. I think it's safe to say, yeah, they know what they're doing with Oogie.
Yeah, they're clearly up, and MRR, they're pushing into to Rex right now. Tremble is the only one alive, and I don't think he can do anything. Torch up in 10, but I think these Rex are going down, Reiki.
Yeah, it's already going down, definitely. There's like you said, there's not much Tremble can do by himself. It's kind of the opposite now. Sure, he was the only one dead, but now he's the only one alive here. So down goes the tower. Melee Rex is going to fall, and Bad Monkey Gaming clearly just not their game here, game number 3. So MRR staying alive, it looks like. It's not over just yet, of course, but holy crap. I mean, they got a lot of room to come back now. Does BMG, in fact, they're going to fight this, but he goes back in. He still has a token. That's why. Flux, in the meantime, He's in the front line still. Double tap once again for Chitawan. They will kill Magnus. And now, actually, he's by himself. He's going to go for the TP. Is it going to work? It is. He actually gets away. They did not have a stun ready to go. So, oh boy, you know, that just shows you again the power of a hero like Oogie and his turning and staying potential.
I'm loving what MRR are doing, though, is that they're forcing things. They're really trying to get as many objectives as possible before their draft actually falls off. We talked about how, you know, they're very magic damage centric, and that's fine because they're utilizing as much of the advantage they can out of it. Obviously, if it gets to the later stage game, they're going to be in a little bit of a bad situation, but because it's very, very strong now, they're taking racks. They've already took racks, and I mean, they've still got a token on Oogie. Is up in 30 seconds. So they're probably going to have to wait to the next Congo and then go mid or go top and do the same story.
Yeah. 18,000 goal lead, 15,000 experiencing now for MRR. So again, kind of just now after that big fight for them, kind of calm things down once again, farm elsewhere, and get your next tier of items as the classic routine. 4,000 gold saved up onto Oogie. You see a bottom lane, they're going to try to maybe catch this Engineer. Midas chasing him down. And Engineer, he's probably dead. He had a portal key, but couldn't use it in time. Maybe? No, he still can't get it off. Transmute comes out, and Engineer is going to be picked off when it's all said and done. So well played again. And they find the free kill. So Midas also, he's kind of one that we haven't talked too much about, but he's also done a fantastic job here on the hands of 07T V1 there. So got the portal key, the tablet of command, and very good solid core items coming out here. So Tremble, I mean, he's going Firebrand, it looks like, into the eventual Geometer's Bane as Kinesis middle lane. He ports away. Makes sense to you? For Tremble?
I hope it's going to be a Brutalizer. Brutalizer would just seem so much better for Tremble. It just synergizes perfectly for the hero. Like, obviously, Impalers can get the double proc, but actually have ways of, you know, locking down this Oogie as well. Firebrand just is not the item here for Tremble.
Yeah.
There we go.
There's the Brutalizer.
Yeah.
There we go. So he does have that now, 29.5 minutes in. You see the Veiled Rot from BMG. They're going to try to set themselves up right here. And this could actually work, because the Word of Science obviously won't be able to spot them. There's the jump from Engineer. Not the biggest fault. The discharge wasn't the best there. And Oogie, he's the only one that got hit by the energy field. Arrow on a Torch. Torch is going to end up falling in the background. Midas a big transmit as well. And Engineer will go down. Flux with the relays, but it's just too late. Doesn't matter. He goes down. Tremble. Hat-trick coming out for Punk Bag. And we're going to possibly see a genocide here for MRR. Tremble's being locked out. He goes down. And I think game number 3 is going to go to MRR. There we go.
GG.
Folks, you can see. GG. Well played. MRR takes game number 3.
Yeah, that was just so well played from MRR. I mean, I have to give my MVP to Punk Pang. He played fantastic in lane, in team fights, in everything he did. He was very, very solid. And, I mean, just because of that, I mean, just because the lanes went so well, I mean, they were able to snowball from there. I mean, that was like one of the quickest games we've had, and it was in the grand finals of, well, I was not expecting that, but very, very solid play from MRR. And as a result, I mean, reverse all kill, is it a possibility, Breaky?
Yeah, it is possible. I mean, we are going to game 4, and at these events, at least, that hasn't been the case. A tie team really trying to show their worth here against Bad Monkey Gaming, and they most certainly are. We are going to be going to game number 4, so excited for that, and cannot wait to see how that plays out. But with that said, we do got a analytical interview, you could say, I guess. We're going to be going over to Swindle and Beef here. Take it away.
All right, ladies and gents, welcome back. The BitX Center is alive as Thailand is taking a game. The boys from Neolution MRR, they came out with the Oogie pick, but it wasn't that hero that decided it. It was the Valkyrie that had the game of his life.
Oh, yeah, jeez. He killed Boxy twice, man.
3 times in lane.
I mean, he still had an impact, Boxy did, but it wasn't nearly the same as usual. And you could tell they're just a different team when he's not able to make plays like he wants to. But man, is that guy good. He was 100 GBM ahead of an Oogie, a hero I haven't seen ever. But it's funny because that's another hero Zach always said, I'm terrified of this hero. And one you can add to the list with Dark Lady, Sandwraith as something that you just, it's in essence Zephyr on crack cocaine, I think. Massive amounts of damage, and you can't kill him. And he just does so much damage. And Valkyrie was 100 GBM ahead of that. They just played excellent. Draft was good. Lots of early team fights, which is exactly what they wanted. Just big plays.
They're a snowball team.
Yeah,
most of these Thai teams, they can definitely snowball, where they've been showing that they have the discipline to take this late without making mistakes, wait for their timings, wait for their opportunities. But damn, it is second nature to them. to get those first kills and take them all the way. You saw them pushing forward. They get an arrow, and then somebody tries to help that guy, and they get a magma stun, and then they go on that one, and they just keep going. But they also exercised restraint. There were a couple times where they could have dove towers, maybe been able to actually get kills, but they exercised that restraint, something we've seen them lacking in previous events. But MRR, I mean, they have to have incredible mental fortitude.
Indeed, and the other cool thing is, first of all, Valkyrie's making huge plays. There's this one sequence of events, they get a bunch of kills, Flux TP's in, they back away, he goes around on him, hits the arrow, secures the kill, and gets away. It was just really well played, and I was sitting in the Thai crowd while this game was going on, and as they started to gain advantage and realize, holy crap, we actually might win this game, it got progressively louder and louder. I don't know the guy's name, but the one closest to the camera is just going nuts. Like, he was out of his seat, did a little spin in a circle with his hands up, sat back down. Like, they weren't raxing yet. He's just like, holy shit, we won a team fight. Really well played and just really nice to watch. And I think that for this next match, they're feeling it. The energy of the crowd is behind them. They just need to make a similar type of strategy and, you know, really make sure that they can press through the mid game and just take a lot of team fights as they did. Just quick cooldowns and just crush. That's how they win the game.
A very effective re-engaging strategy. Yes. They're able to chase, they're able to continually stun. That's what they seem to excel at. The guys from BMG,